Lira, good evening. Today I'd like to tell you about places I'd like to visit. Firstly, I'd like to tell you about my traveling experience. I traveled to Turkey for 2 times and I'd been to Georgia too, and also I traveled to some cities in Russia. But I like to travel more than only this experience. I'd like to have great experience of traveling, so I'd like to travel around all the world. So let's start only with 3 countries. I'd like to mention only 3 countries today. So let's start. This is my presentation also. It's really beautiful. I like it. That's why I'd like to share it with you too. Also, the first country I'd like to visit is Maldives. I'd like to travel to this country, to go to this country because I'd like to relax there. I saw a lot of videos and photos where people which people shared in their Instagram, for example. There I'd like to swim a lot, to sunbathe, to look at some underwater creatures, maybe to touch a dolphin, maybe to look to sharks also, but I don't want them to eat me. Also, I'd like to fly by a helicopter and have a bird's eye view of the islands. I think that there will be really stunning views of these islands. Also, I'd like to tell you about hotels. I also know that hotels, there are really amazing hotels in Maldives. So if I have some problems, or if I have some problems with key, I can say to receptionist, for example, this phrase: could I have another key to my room, because my roommate is out and about and we only got one key. In this situation, I think this phrase that you taught us will really help me. Okay, the next slide I'd like to share with you. This is Maldives at night. Okay, the next country I'd like to visit is France. I'd like to visit this country because it's full of full of love. I'd like to hear romantic language. If also I can't speak French, but I really hope that my English will help me in all situations. And also here in France, I can visit some places of interest, for example, Eiffel Tower, Louvre, also Disneyland. These are really popular places to visit in France. Also, if I have some problems in restaurants, for example, or I don't like to eat something, I can substitute and use the phrase: is it possible to substitute honey for sugar? I'd like to substitute honey for sugar because now I don't eat sugar a lot. I'd like to avoid it because it's not really healthy. It's not natural and can be harmful for our body and organism. Here is another picture of Eiffel Tower. Okay, let's go next to the next slide. This is USA. I'd like also to go to USA, and not. There are 2 cities that I want to visit more. Firstly, these are Los Angeles and New York. Why these cities? Because I saw these cities in a lot of movies, and I'd like to see these cities and by my own eyes. And also it will be really amazing to feel like you are the actress of the film, and now you will be the protagonist of the movie. And if I have some problems with finding something, for example a bar, a cafe, or a hotel, I can ask a person, and due to our lessons, I won't be surprised when person will answer me like, you want to go down the street and turn there. So I won't be really shocked by the phrase you want to go. So they don't say, people in US don't say you should go because it's rude, but they say you want to go. So thanks to your classes, I know it and I will understand it. Thanks for your attention. That's all I wanted to say. Goodbye.